Alright guys, American Trucker here. Today is 28 April 2023 and this is the payday video for this week. Payday cutoff for us is Wednesday at 4 p.m. 1600, and we usually get our pay deposited on Thursday night or Friday morning, whichever, probably depending on which bank you got. But anyways, my last payday videos, I've talked about it before I went on 3 weeks of home time. I wasn't feeling the pinch of this market when everybody else was saying it was slowing down and all this and that. I still was doing pretty well, but since I've been back this week, I've definitely felt the slowdown for sure. So this total week, I only got paid for 856 miles, but I mean, I probably did about 1,500 miles, but that's not even half of what I would have done before. So I'm definitely waiting a lot between loads. I did 3 loads, but I only got paid for 2 because I didn't get the third load in on time before the cutoff. It was like 2 hours after the cutoff or something. So it just rolls over to the next week, the week we're in now, this payday. So not a big deal. Don't sweat that. If you miss payday cutoff by an hour or 2 or whatever a day, you're gonna get it on the next paycheck. So anyways, I got two loads in. This week was not good at all. I did 3 loads, but I only got 2 loads scanned in the paperwork before the payday cutoff, so I only got paid for 2 loads. So the 2 loads that I got paid for, a total of 856 miles, and after Prime takes their cut, I got $2,608. I'm rounding, I'm not going to do the pennies and all that stuff, but so that's not bad per mile. Do $2,608 divided by 856 miles, and that's nothing to complain about. So thankfully it paid good per mile, because two loads and it's not 856 miles is it's definitely not a good paying week. Like I said, I did that third load during this payday, and I delivered it before the payday cut off, but I didn't get the paperwork in until like an hour after. So technically I ran more than that, but it's not going to show up until the next paycheck. That's all. So I did do about 1,500 miles, 1,600 miles this week, but I only get paid for 856 for 2 loads. So anyways, so $2,608 is gross. That's before any deductions. Now here comes the deductions. Well, I was gonna say here comes the bad part, but $2,608 gross for a week's worth of work out here trucking. I mean, that is the bad part, I guess. That's not much revenue at all. That's half, at least less than half of what I would like to make. But right now, it's just the way it is. It's finally, I was doing well. I went on 3 weeks of vacation. I came back, and then this first week back, if this is the way it's going to be, then it's going to be slow for now, but hopefully it picks up some, but we'll see. But at the very end of this, I'll tell you the load I'm on, and it's too much time waiting. But anyways, I grossed $2,608. That's on 856 miles, and I got reimbursed $93, rounding, for reefer fuel. And my total deductions were $1,050, which is actually not bad. The only thing that's saving me was, well, that's next. I'll talk about that next. But anyways, my fixed cost, my deductions, and just to give some example of deductions, especially if you're new, the bigger ones for me is going to be license and permits. That's $100. That's for me every week for me. Insurance, easy toll passes, bobtail insurance for me, fuel card, Qualcomm rental, things like that. Most of those are small, little nickel and dime ones, but there's a couple of bigger ones in there. And then my biggest one was also emergency repair, and I had a little emergency repair, and just to come out, they're going to charge you a couple $100 just to come out and take a look at whatever it is. It was on a Sunday, and I had no way to get anywhere, and it is what it is. But and then fuel, I didn't spend much fuel this week because I only I had fuel when I started the week to begin with, and then I only went, not many miles at all. So, I didn't spend much fuel. So after deductions, bottom line is, after almost all deductions, but after all deductions from Prime and my cut, I had $1,650 left over. But I got some more stuff to take out. So remember, so now I'm down to $1,650. I still haven't taken taxes out, and I still haven't accounted for my hometown where I was gone for 3 weeks. Now this is the only thing that's saving me, is I don't have a truck or APU payment. And if you did, you would be racking it up if you stayed home for 3 weeks. You can't stay home that long if you got a lease payment. Not if you expect to make much money, or you're just going to be playing catch up for the first 2 weeks basically. Because I stayed home for 3 weeks and it cost me $900. So out of that $1,650 I had left, subtract another $900, and that left me with about $756. Well, now out of that $756, now I gotta take taxes out. And I take 30% out right off the top, and then if I have money left over at the end of the year, after my tax deductions and everything is done, then great. If I don't, which if you take 30% out, you should, but I always just like to err on the side of caution. So I take 30% out after every paycheck. So you can take 756 times 0.30, and that's what you're gonna have to. That's what I'll take out for taxes, and then the rest will be mine. But like I said, I had to subtract $900. That's for 3 weeks. About $300 a week for me to stay home is what it cost me. But if you're leasing, you got to pay that Qualcomm rental. You got to pay that toll pass, even if you don't use it. If it sits in your driveway, the fuel card, the image trips. That's just to be able to scan in. Some of those are like $1, $5, or whatever. But physical damage insurance, Qualcomm rental, fuel. If you're sitting in your driveway for a week, you shouldn't be spending fuel. But everything, APU. Whenever I was leasing before, it was $75 a week. I don't know what it is now. And then my truck payment was like $1,100 a week, and I think they're $1,200, $1,300, maybe even $1,400 a week now for a brand new one. I'm not sure on that, but you start adding that up per week, and you take 3 weeks off, and you're thousands in the hole, right? You got to make thousands of dollars, $3,000-$4,000 before you just catch up, right? Before you even get back to breaking even, before you start making money. So you got to be careful about taking time off. This week is mostly because of a slow week, me taking 3 weeks off, catching back up, an emergency repair, $492, and so that's the biggest reasons why. Just too much time in between loads. Revenue's good per mile, but it's not good per week. But I did get some, just give you guys a little bit of hope, I guess. I did get some insider information. I did talk to someone that works daily at Prime in this business, and he did say that they're hoping to pick up. They should be. He said hoping, but he said they're hoping and should be picking up some contracts here pretty soon. Some more contracts than normal, so that may help some. And then, he's been saying what I've probably been saying to you guys, and some other people has been saying. That kind of can see the writing on the walls, is you just got to weather the storm. If you're already at Prime, or you just came to Prime, then this is really not a bad time to set your budget, right? If you can make, whatever money you're making now, which is not going to be a lot because it's just the freight is slow. That's just all there is to it. But you can set your budget, your home, your finances, your wife, kids, clothes, food, rent, car payments, all that stuff. If you set your budget now and keep it there, and don't keep accumulating debt, or don't be running up a credit card, then you should be okay, because it will go back up. It's just kind of like a little storm you got to weather. If you have high bills, then you're weathering a storm right now, and you got to stay out here longer, right? You can't be sitting at home. If you were sitting at home for 10 days or 2 weeks at a time, you got to cut that in half. If your pay gets cut in half, then you got to cut your bills in half. You got to do something, right? I'm sitting here now. Luckily, it's cool, but I haven't ran the APU. I usually run it all the time before, but now I've been trying to just cut corners wherever I can, opening up the windows, not running an air conditioner, and definitely not running the truck whenever possible. Things like that. Try not to buy things I don't need. But anyways, I'm just rambling now. But I did talk to a couple other prime drivers just to make sure it wasn't me. I asked them if they were waiting on, sometimes a day between each load, and they all said the same thing. They all said yes, including a team driver. And I thought, man, that's not good. But anyways, just a little hiccup here. I don't know how long it'll last, but we'll get through it. It'll get better. It will. I mean, it's where it can't get no better, and it goes back the other way. Then I can't get no better, then it goes back the other way. We're in the down cycle right now, so I think we're at the bottom. To be honest with you, I don't know how long we'll stay here, but I think we're at the bottom. I don't think it'll get much worse. I just don't know how long it'll be before it starts getting better and freight starts picking up. I don't really follow the spot market. I was looking at it pretty good there for a while, but I haven't been following it in a while because it don't really pertain to me in particular. But I think Prime's freight and freight in general will start picking back up. I hate to say a time frame because I don't have enough information to make that call, but it will pick back up. That's the bottom line. So set your budget now. This is a good time if you're just getting in. And this is also a good time if you bought that new 2022 last year or year before, 2021, F350, or paid $80,000, or you just went out and went hog wild with the credit cards or whatever. This might be a good time to have a wake up call and say, you know what, I'm in a bad situation now. If this pertains to you, and I'm gonna fix it, and I'm not gonna get back into the situation again, right? If somebody says they've never been there financially and they're my age or older, then they're probably not telling the truth, to be honest with you. We've all been there, so nobody likes it, but this will get worked out. Freight will get better, so that's my opinion. But anyways, all right, guys. If you got any questions, leave them in the comments below. Like, subscribe, and that's it. American Trucker, I'm out.